Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Round 10, featuring 31 exclusive sketches. And today is number 31. And it was created by Jen, and she is Kay's mom here on YouTube. And this is a sketch. It has a photo in the middle and four clusters on the sides. And my layout's going to have all that. My title will be in a little different place and maybe a couple other things, but I'm going to have all that. And this is the photo I'll be scrapping today. It's of my granddaughter Reagan. I'm going to use the Tim Holtz phrases. This one's called Friends. And I'm also going to, and then I'm also going to use that circle film strip die. And then most of the other stuff besides the sequins and the waxy flax is 49 and Market Naturalist. I do have some of the essentials tickets that will be going on here too, but they're still 49 and Market. And this is a page I'm using. I really wanted to use the other side for something else, but I wanted to use this side for this one, so that's what I'm doing. I am layering my photo. The two things I'm layering it with come in the ephemera package. And they're really heavy cardboard. And so I am gutting and cutting away everything I don't need so I can use them on another project. Well, I'm going to use some of that green on this project, but I am gutting and saving. This is a really pretty collection. Has lots of greens, and y'all know I like green. I am taking the waxy flax, and I thought about putting some around the bottom there, and I didn't care for it, so I am going to put it on the left-hand side instead, and I am inking it with the bundled sage, so it won't be such a bright pink. It wasn't too bad, really, with the reddish pink. I think it's called salsa that's in the collection, but I wanted to make it go just a little bit better by inking it where it wasn't quite as bright. And I just tied a little bow in it. And I'm going to use a couple of more pieces before the layout's over so that I'll have, well, they're tags. And of course, I have to put something in a tag. And I'll have it in three spots then too. I am going to make one cluster on each side. There is four in the sketch, and I think I'm going to have one banner actually. No, I'm going to have two banners. One's a tag banner, but I'm going to have two, and I'm going to cluster all this goodness around there. The ephemera pack that is in this collection, it has a lot of pieces to choose from, and they're heavy cardstock too. Nothing is light except for the tickets on this on 49 and Market. Everything is pretty good and sturdy. I'm gonna try it. Well, I am gonna do it. I want to put some salsa in each one of the little clusters, and one I'm not gonna have very much, but I am gonna have some in it. And this one I decided I'd use that frame, and then I noticed those flowers. I started to pull out one flower, and it had white flowers in it and a little bit of yellow. But I seen this one down in the bottom of the tray, and I grabbed it instead. And I do like that it's tall because it's going to add interest by going up past the photo a little bit, like it's trying to reach the cluster on the right. But I'm tucking it into the frame, and I did back the frame in that green, and I'm kind of going to use it like a planter, and then I'm going to tuck the tickets in there to add to the cluster. And then I have these wishing bubbles is what they call them, and I'm going to add one to each of my clusters. One of the clusters, well, two of the clusters is going to have very small items in there, but it's still going to have what they call a wishing bubble. Looking at my layout, the only way I figure I am going to get a cluster on the left-hand side of the photo is to use narrow pieces. So I have a tag that's a banner, and then I'm going to use a label and put it lengthwise just to add a little bit of the color of green into it. And then there's a ticket that says photographs. Well, I only have one photo, so I'm going to cover up the S. And at first, I thought I'd cover it up with a wishing bubble. But then I got to thinking if I got the well, I cut out, besides that circle film strip, I also cut out some photo slides. And so I got the small one because, I don't have much room over there. And I'm tucking these down inside of it and I'm making sure the S is getting covered up. And I like that pretty good. It made a little bit of difference in the layers and add interest over there to that side too. And it's not going to go over very far at all. And the little wishing bubble that I'm putting on there says something about things. I think my butterfly is covering it up. Yes, it is. Good things. But the word good is covered up with the butterfly's wing and you cannot see it. So, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. But the one down there at the bottom, I didn't tell you what it says. It says, see the details. So they do have little phrases on the bigger pieces of the wishing bubbles. My title, I got the idea and thought, well, if I don't do it right now, I'll probably forget it. So I'm making the bottom darker than the top, it's, and I thought about getting out some color of ink to do it with. Well, I was pretty sure once I thought about it, I did not have ink that would match that to make it a little bit darker. I'm still thinking about it. I still don't think I have. So I used the bundled sage and just darkened it that way. But I'm not going to actually adhere my title down yet. I'm not putting it above the photo like it is in the sketch because I didn't think it fit very well. And I had an empty spot here. So I decided it could go there just fine. My cluster on the right is bigger than my one on the left. So I'm using, well, it's a double tick, it's what it looks like. And it looks perforated down the center, but it really isn't. It just looks it. And it says, wherever you are, be all there is. And I'm going to add some, well, they kind of look like really spiky looking little flowers with some greenery. And I'm going to add them to it. And to get them low enough where the leaves wouldn't cover up my words, I had to add a tag to the back. And I scooted the tag all the way over to the right, but then I offset the double ticket there, and then I tucked my greenery right in the empty spot. And then the one up there at the top, it says outside adventures, and I'm going to add a couple of tickets. And there was a bird I started to, well, I tested over to the left hand side, but he was facing off the page and he was very, very close to the edge, looking like he was about ready to fly off any second. So I decided I'd put him somewhere else. And at first I thought I'd put him in the one on the right, but I really couldn't see a perch for him that I liked. So he is going up there in the top one, and there's some, well, it's like a grid on that green ticket, and I just set him on one of the grid lines. But while I'm finishing off my clusters, I want to mention that down there below, you'll find the master link that Christy created with all the videos. While I'm at it, I'm going to mention that this is technically the last day, even though, well, yesterday was number 30 for 30 days of sketches. Today is the bonus day, and so 31 in the playlist. Lots and lots of inspiration there. Even more over in the Facebook group, and then you'll find some on Instagram too, because not everybody creates videos, but they create awesome layouts, so be sure to check them out. I covered up my photo here because I was going to splatter. And then I noticed my sequence over there. There's Big Mom scraps, and I believe those are papaya punch. And I'm just going to scatter them in each one of the little clusters. And maybe hanging off of a cluster a little bit because, I like to add a few. For my splatters, I am using Mr. Huey's Bookworm. Love that color. And it goes perfectly with this collection. So, yeah, I'm going to use it. But if y'all leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. But there's my completed layout and using 49er Market Naturalist. I think it came out last year. And I got it, but the place I got it was out of everything, and I just never got anything else until just recently. So now you're finally getting to see it. But yeah, it has some great stuff in it and great for layering too. And there's my photographs without the S. And the butterflies, I couldn't find any that weren't matching. There was either two big ones that I'd had to put or two small ones that I'd have to put. So I decided to have the big one at the bottom and have the two that was about the same size close to each other on the layout. I would have put the one on the right up higher, that one there, not by the title, if I had had a smaller size to get them flying away. But instead, they're kind of close together and yeah, about the same size. And it looks like part of my left hand side got cut off because of my big old sketch. But make sure you check out the master link down there below. Have a happy scrappy week. Bye.